And now a little story from the Appleseed.
Well, I live in Asheville, North Carolina, home to some wonderful art and food and music, and also the Biltmore House, which you haven't seen, and I recommend you go check it out. The Biltmore House was built by the Vanderbilt family, actually George Vanderbilt in particular. Now, I have to say that Asheville wasn't always the artsy town it is now. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, when I was a kid, there was a sushi restaurant that came to Asheville. It was the first sushi restaurant in Asheville. And they served hush puppies with the sushi. That's true. But if you come to Asheville, you got to, of course, check out the food and the music and the arts. But you also have to check out the Biltmore House. And I'd like to sing a song that I wrote because I read a book about the Vanderbilt family. And the book is called Fortune's Children, and in the book, they talk about all the money they had. Now, these are folks that had everything you could imagine. They would spend $40,000 in the late 1800s for just flower arrangements for a party. Can you imagine that kind of money? They built massive mansions with the finest European art and sculptures, and they had conservatories and exotic plants in them, and they had vast gardens and tracts of land. I mean, it was just unbelievable wealth. But in the book, they were mostly pretty unhappy, which shows you that happiness isn't always tied in to how much you got. And I think one of the reasons that they were so unhappy is because they were so expected to stay within their social class, not just for friends, but for marriage, for everything. If they were friends with someone or fell in love with someone, they had to be in their social class. And that just didn't make them very happy. And I thought, what a wonderful gift it is to be able to love somebody for exactly who they are. They ain't got to be nobody. They don't have to have $1 million, and they don't have to play the guitar. They can just be exactly who they are, and you love one. Maybe you've been with your girlfriend or boyfriend or partner or whatever for a long time, and, you know, they got those habits you can't stand, like maybe snoring or maybe, you know, burping at the table or something like that. And, you know, there's all those little things, but we kind of look past those kind of things because why? Because we love them for who they are. They don't have to be anybody else. And so I wrote this song called I Love You for Who You Are that includes the Vanderbilt family in it. First time that we chanced to meet, you smiled and my heart skipped a beat. That summer night in our hometown, the crickets were singing and the moon shone down on a world that had been unkind. Stole your heart and your peace of mind. Dreams and wishes come and go, but there's one thing you should know. Well, I love you for who you are. You don't have to be a movie star, and you don't have to drive a fancy car, make $1 million or play the guitar, 'cause I love you for who you are. By my side or it lands afar, right on the mark or below the bar. I love you for who you are. Vanderbilt had a big fine home. Kubla Khan built a pleasure dome. Einstein found relativity, but I found you and you found me, and we don't need a mansion grand on 100-acre pieces and a do land, 'cause I love you till the end of time, whether you're rich or don't have a dime. Now I have to say I'm probably the only feller from Western North Carolina that's ever written a song with the word Xanadu in it. Because I love you for who you are. You don't have to be a movie star, and you don't have to drive some fancy car, make $1 million or play the guitar, 'cause I love you for who you are. By my side or it lands afar, right on the mark or below the bar. I love you for who you are. Well, not quite on track, baby, right on par. I love you for who you are.
Thanks for joining us for a little story from the Appleseed.